What's up, best ones worldwide? It's the best one, Donnie here, back with a brand new haul video. If you're not a best one yet already, recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications, because of course you already know the grind is real. And last Wednesday was my birthday, and I got some pretty cool things to show you that I got wrestling figure related. So, with that being said, let's get it. I just wanna be fearless. Alrighty, so we got lots of wrestling figures for my birthday. That's all I asked for this year. And I want to show you guys, the figures that I ended up getting. And we're going to start off with the Lucy's because obviously, a lot of my, WWE and, pretty much everything besides AEW is pretty much Lucy's. So, of course, had to get some. And the first one I got for my birthday, we got a TNA Marvel Sabu figure. And look at that. Wow. Such a great figure. I remember when, these TNA Marvel figures came out in 2005. That's when, I got into TNA at a young age, Impact. And I remember, getting all of these figures, back in the day. And now that, I'm rebuilding my collection, these TNA Marvels, they always had a special place in my heart, so I am trying to, get back into that. And you're going to see why, I got some of these to show you. And, this Sabu. So with this Sabu here, I, really love, the turban that, Sabu's wearing. I love the details of it. Looks really good. And, of course, the Marvels, they got that cartoony look to them, which, is pretty cool. We have the pissed off look. We also have all the scars all over his body. And we get this rubber pants as well, which, it's unique. It's not my favorite, but this is all nostalgia to me. And just overall, this Sabu, is, definitely a solid figure for the collection. And, of course, we have the Classic Superstars one that we just got signed from him. We have this one, and now, eventually, I do want to get a San Francisco, toy maker Sabu to add to this collection. But we ended up getting this. And our next figure we got one of my favorite X Divisions of all time, Petey Williams, one of the leaders of Team Canada here. And this is just a great figure, and I believe this is his only figure he's ever gotten in his career. Such a underrated, talent. And he's the one that, invented the Canadian Destroyer that, people are using still to this day. Overusing, which I talk about a lot on the We Are Wrestling, podcast, which you can, listen to wherever you get your podcast. But man, this Petey Williams is pretty sick. And with this figure here, we have, Petey. He's got, the long, slicked back, black hair looking good. He's also got, the goatee going for him. And, of course, we have this really cool, cartoon look with a lot of these, Marvel figures, which always made them really stand out to me as a kid. And, of course, we have the baseball Team Canada rubber, jacket, which does look really good with this. And, with the elbow pads, they're already, painted on this figure, which is cool. And we have this really awesome, gray and red gear for Petey, which does look really good on this figure. And honestly, such an underrated figure. I wish that we got more, Petey Williams figures, through the years, especially, when he was with Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. That would have been cool, but to have this in my collection is really freaking cool. Moving on now to the next figure we got here. We got another TNA Marvel figure, part of Series 1. We got the Monster Abyss, and man, one of my favorites in TNA of all time. And I actually just put him over, a couple weeks ago on the Getting Put Over segment on my podcast. One of my, favorite guys. Another underrated star that, pretty much spent his whole career in, TNA wrestling. And to have this is really cool. And with this Abyss, I love, that we got the long, black, curly hair, which does look good. And he's got this sick mask that, he's worn most of his career. It's got, one eye, pretty much like one side of the mask is like ripped, and then the other, is covering the face, which does look really good. And I love the tattoos that he has on his upper arm. Looks so good with this figure. And of course, we got the jumpsuit that, Abyss wears on, the torso is a nice, rubber good. And we got some skulls with the X's on the side of, his torso, which does look good. And just overall, a really fun, figure here. And the last two TNA Marvel figures that I ended up getting for my birthday, we got America's Most Wanted. We got the Wildcat Chris Harris, and we got the Cowboy James Storm. Such great figures here. And I remember, these guys as a tag team, one of my favorites. And with these figures here, we have, the black, we have the red, white, and blue on both of them, which does look really good. Chris Harris, has the glasses that are, pretty much stuck to, his head sculpt on this. So you can't really, see his eyes, which is, unfortunate. But I always still enjoyed it as a kid. And of course, Chris Harris got the handlebar mustache looking good. And then, we have the really cool rubber jacket with this, figure here. And it says America's Most Wanted, Wildcat on it. He's got, the red, white, and blue going all around the gear. We even got, the typical Jack Pacific arms here with this Marvel figure, where if you take the jacket off, it's gonna look really funky. And of course, with his gear, he has, the red, tights with the words Wildcat on the front of it. Looking very cool. And of course, the Cowboy James Storm. We have, the cowboy hat. We also have, James Storm looking serious, which is cool. And we even get, the same, America's Most Wanted, jacket, except it says cowboy on it. And he's got the red, white, and blue going all around. And I love the details of this, figure. But it does have the same problem as Chris Harris. It does have those sleeves, and if you take off the jacket, it is going to look a little funky. But he also does have, the cowboy on the front of his trunks. And just overall, I think that both of these figures are really cool for its time. I think, in 2023, with the articulation and, all the custom parts that you get with figures, they could have definitely done so much with these. But so cool to have. So those were the TNA Marvel figures that I ended up getting for, my birthday. And the reason why I got these figures was because of this right here. And there is going to be a whole video on this, hopefully within the next week or so. And I'm going to unbox this, and we are going to be displaying this over on, the shelf here in the Best One Studios. We got the 6-sided ring right here with AJ Styles. This was my very first, TNA 6-sided ring that I got in my original collection. And to, have this in the box is incredible. And I can't wait to, do a whole video opening this up and setting up this ring. Very, stoked to do this for you guys. And I think that this is really going to make, my Marvel TNA collection really stand out on the shelf. So I am very excited about this gift right here. Looks so good. And I've been on the hunt for this for months. And I actually did have a really good deal on one of them, but unfortunately, the seller, told me that one of the ring posts broke, and I pretty much got a whole refund on it. So to have this, knowing it's not going to have problems, and I get to make a really cool video out of it for you guys. Honestly, really freaking sick. And of course, we got some WWE Mattel figures as well for my birthday. And the first one we got here, we got Psycho Sid Justice. And this is around, 1997. And this has been, a figure that's been on my list for a while because obviously I do have, my Golden Year shelf right there, which unfortunately my entrance stage stopped lighting up. And of course I have my Attitude Era shelf as well, so I'm definitely going to be putting, Psycho Sid on one of those shelves there. And I gotta say, for an older Elite, this looks incredible. We have the blonde curly head, looking good. I also really love the scared look on Psycho Sid's face here. This is before True Effects, so I definitely have to give Mattel more credit, for this figure here. And we have the really nice, rubber vest on him, which does look good. I love the details on the front of the vest. And he's always worn, very basic trunks. So he does have, the plain black trunks here. I do love the body parts that they decide to go with on this figure because Psycho Sid was always ripped. So I do really like that a lot. We also get the rubber, elbow pad as well on his left arm, which does look really good here. And just overall, I think that this is a really good figure. And honestly, I will not be surprised if Mattel, ends up doing this, in a part of, a Greatest Legends hits or something, because I believe the last Psycho Sid figure we got was that Referee SummerSlam one. So to have this in the collection, I am pretty happy about that. Moving on now to the next figure we got here. We got version 1 Matt Hardy, which this is another figure that I have actually been waiting for a little while now. Because obviously, the Ruthless Aggression shelf has increased through time. And to finally have, version 1 Matt Hardy on it is going to be pretty exciting. And I'm definitely going to have to add a Cruiserweight Championship to him when I, decide to, display him. And this is a much older, Elite figure here. Because obviously, Mattel, they can't really make a new Matt Hardy since he's under contract with AEW. But with this Matt Hardy here, we have the very old, head sculpt here. He's got, the hair in a ponytail, looking good. And he's just got this, normal, expression on his face. Definitely looks a little cartoony, I will say that, for the head sculpt. But I really do like that we get the version 1, shirt with this Matt Hardy, the cut-up one, looking great. And on the wrist tape, we do have, the V and the 1, which does look really good on this Matt Hardy. And we even have, the white, pants with, the black, polka dots going all around. And this time, I was a pretty big fan of Matt Hardy. I really enjoyed his Cruiserweight, heel run at this time. And to have this now in figure form is pretty cool. I do hope in a couple of years, when Matt Hardy, does leave AEW, we do get an updated version 1 figure, because this would have been so cool for the Ruthless Aggression line. And our last loose figure of the day, we got Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero, which I am very excited about this one for the Attitude Era shelf. Probably, out of all of, the loose shelves that I do have all here, my Attitude Era one is definitely the one I am the most proud of. I've spent a lot of money, I've spent a lot of time, with my Attitude Era collection, and we're really getting close to completing it. But with this Eddie Guerrero, man, this is such a great figure. He's got that Dominic Mysterio, mullet going on here, which does look really good. I love, the facial expression that they do have on this Eddie Guerrero. Does look great. We also get this rubbered, cut up, shirt on him, which, in the front says Latino Heat with the fire and, the roses. And then, on the back, Can You Stand the Heat? Which, man, this is such a great figure for its time. And we also get, the roses that, he would give to, China in his hands, which does look really good. And we have this really cool gold and, black gear that Eddie Guerrero's wearing. And just the boot details do look incredible. And I won't be surprised if Mattel does make, a new Eddie Guerrero figure like this in their Greatest Hits line. Surprised that we haven't got it yet, but honestly, I really am digging this Eddie Guerrero. Does look really cool. So now, let me show you the last 3 figures I got for my birthday. And the first one we got we got the Ruthless Aggression Ultimate Edition Rey Mysterio from WrestleMania 22. This is pretty much, an upgrade from his, entrance great that came back all the way in 2010. And I can never find these in the wild, so to get this for my birthday is really freaking cool. Probably going to end up doing a whole, unboxing with this figure and just do a nice little review. Which, man, from, the box of this, I'm not a fan of the Ultimate Edition boxes. I just don't like how they have all this, stuff here. I like how the AEW Supremes, it's like more hidden on like the sides. Looks a little bit better mint on card. But I will be, unboxing this for a future video. And I cannot wait to display this on my shelf. And we also got another Ultimate Edition, a fan takeover one. This is one that's been, something I've been, wanting for, the last couple years. And I'm so happy to have this figure. I'm going to also do an unboxing with the Rey Mysterio, in a week or so. We got the Ultimate Edition Jeff Hardy figure. And this is one of my favorite Jeff Hardy figures I think that they've ever made for him. This is when he won the WWE Championship. And yeah, we're going to be, unboxing this one as well. And probably end up displaying this on my Ruthless Aggression shelf somewhere. But yeah, we got this, fan takeover Jeff Hardy and, the Rey Mysterio as well. So we will be having a video come out in the future unboxing those. And finally, the best gift that I got for my birthday this year, we got the Defining Moments in Your House Canadian Stampede Bret the Hitman Hart. And I did have this in my original collection, loose back in the day, and I am so proud of my Attitude Era collection, guys. Like, for the past, few years, I've been, really working hard on it, especially my Defining Moments collection, because in my opinion, the best, mint on card, figures for Mattel are these Defining Moment ones. They just have so much meaning to them. And finally have this in the collection. Very excited. And I'm really hoping to get the sign from Bret Hart. But with this figure, oh man, looks so freaking good in the package here. So now with the figure, Bret Hart comes with the Canadian flag, which does look really good, mint on card. And I do love this really nice metallic, silver sunglasses he's wearing. I think it really makes this figure stand out a lot. And he also has, the WWF Championship as well on the shoulder, which does look good. And he even has, the nice black leather jacket as well, with, the Hart Foundation on the back of it looking good. And he's also got his black, pink, and white, singlet on as well, looking great. And of course, we get this big Defining Moments logo at the bottom of the box. And then on the side, we have, Bret Hart with his Canadian flag in his hometown, looking great. And on the back, we have the date of this Defining Moment, and the quote, "Home is where the heart is. Bret leads the new Hart Foundation to victory." And we get this really awesome description at the bottom of this box. But such a great figure, and I'm super excited now to finally add this to, my Defining Moments collection. Going into the new year of 2024, I am going to be doing a whole, studio room tour. I do want to show you guys everything that I do have here at the Best One Studios, because I've spent a lot of time on this, and man, the hard work is finally starting to pay off. But guys, let me know in the comment section below your favorite thing I got for my birthday. And I can't really pick one. I'm really happy with everything I got for my birthday. I am beyond grateful. And I also want to thank all you guys for wishing me a happy birthday as well. This was definitely, a special birthday. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a Best One yet already, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. The link's down in the description below. You can go follow me over on my social medias and other YouTube pages. All that down below. And of course, to all the best ones out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.